Yo, what is up, CHH fans? As some of you, if not all of you know, Aaron Dew's music video for Peace of Mind hit 130,000 plus views. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the actual meaning or the possible meaning behind the music video and some of the imagery used within it. But before we get into the video, I have to say this. A while back ago, I was watching one of Ruslan's Fan Love Fridays, and it was awesome as it usually is. But later on in the stream, Ruslan reacted and watched Aaron Dew's video for Peace of Mind, and he said something that really stood out to me. He said this:
"She then got corrupted." Wow, crazy.
Now, what you might be thinking is, isn't the video already debunked? Isn't that the answer to everything we've been looking for throughout this whole video, even though it just started? And you would probably be right in most cases, but it made me think. I've been wondering what the answer to that question really is, and I think Ruslan might have answered it in under 5 seconds. But what if that wasn't the answer? What if she didn't get corrupted, but rather did the opposite? And what I mean by that is, as you can see in the video, the eyes turning a different color are usually a confirmation of how they feel about a certain person. In most cases, it's all surrounded by this one character. We'll call her Lynn for short. Throughout the whole video, all these men have seen Lynn and sort of get this glow around their eyes. The only man, as far as we know, who hasn't done it is Aaron Dew's, but I'll get more into that later on in the video. So as we see Lynn go across all these different places and see all these different people, they all sort of have this glow. And of course, yeah, it does seem like corruption in most cases, but I think it might be something different. I think the pink glow, or the glow in the men's eyes, is rather a confirmation of their heart's desires. As you can see, these men are not very different. They're usually in what we would call party places, whether it was a bar or whether it was a party, meaning they were already trying to fill their emptiness with something that wouldn't fill them in the first place, and their heart's desire was found in Lynn, or rather what they were looking for or seeking after. But her eyes never glowed back. And why is this? Because she still felt empty. Now, that's a different story. We don't know Lynn's backstory or what she's really been through, but we do know that her eyes didn't glow until the end of the video, and I'm gonna tell you why. But before I do that, as we've already seen, it seems like the glowing eyes are a true representation of what a man's desire, or what these men's desires really are, and it would be her. They all look at her, they all see her, and they all have that glow. They all desire Lynn. But what does Lynn desire, and what would this canvas really be and represent? But before we can get to the art, we have to think about the artist. And I'm not just talking about the musical artist, but rather the character Aaron Dew's plays within this video. Within the video, Aaron Dew's and Lynn never seem to make eye contact, and it can be seen in scenes like this, where she looks in the direction of Aaron Dew's, but not quite at him, and where he seems to be in the place she's at, but not there. And even when right behind her, she doesn't look at him, but rather the man in front of her. And even when she turns around, she doesn't really look at him, but rather just a different direction. And while she's looking at him paint on the canvas, she doesn't really look at him, but rather the canvas. And then while walking toward the canvas, what does she do? Walk right past Aaron Dew's without making eye contact. So what does this mean for Aaron Dew's? It seems like Aaron Dew's can see her, and he's everywhere she is, but she still can't see him. And that's the answer. He's everywhere she is, but she can't see him. Have you ever seen Dennis the Menace and seen this character? That character was an angel, but I'm not saying that's who Aaron Dew's is playing, but rather a similar type of character. As you can see in the clothes Aaron Dew's is wearing throughout most of the video, it's usually a pure color, or he might change those clothes to fit in with people in the scene. But nonetheless, Aaron Dew's character is not to be overlooked. Aaron Dew's character is one of two things. If not an angel, he would probably be playing a form or some type of conscience for Lynn, or he might even be, let's say, her right shoulder. And by that, I mean that little character that's always telling you to do the good thing that you would see in movies or old TV shows, trying to keep the character from doing something bad. Now, you might be wondering how I came to this conclusion, or how I would even think this is possibly the case, and I'll tell you why. In the video, Aaron Dew's has always been around her, and using the lyrics in his song, he's been warning her what to do and what not to do. Despite how she feels and despite what she's done, he wants to warn her to take time to get peace, rather than keep pursuing things that won't give her things she needs. Kind of like that right shoulder. But rather than listen to Aaron Dew's, she keeps pursuing these wrong things. And as most of us know, in the movies and TV shows, the right shoulder never quits. So Aaron Dew's continues to paint and paint and paint. And if that doesn't help, in this one scene where she's walking past the art museum, she turns almost urgently, almost like a calling, or like she felt like she had to go in there. And why else would she feel like she should go in there? It would be her right shoulder. So she looks looks at the painting and walks toward the painting and sees the painting. After that, her eyes glow pink, and that's basically where the video ends. And that's why Aaron Dews was playing her right shoulder. Now, even if it still doesn't make sense, let me explain. She feels the calling to go into the museum and does. After she's gone into the museum and walked toward the painting that she feels like she's almost drawn to or interested in and intrigued by, she looks at it. And this painting is not only a sort of beautiful representation of love, but shows a form of peace and almost relaxation. She falls in love with that. That is her heart's desire. Peace, true love, and relaxation, and just to have a form of calm that she hasn't had before. And that was the picture painted for her in more ways than one. Her right shoulder, or in some ways you might say her conscience, wanted her to desire this, and that's what she has been desiring but hasn't sought after it quite yet. And this painting is a perfect representation of what she's truly wanted, and she goes after it and she looks to it and realizes that's what she needs and that's what she wants. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.